Norwegian Cruise Line has been pretty quiet in the last few months. In order to find out and tell you what's going on in the NCL world, I booked the first Norwegian Cruise Line cruise in over 16 months. I'm Justin Sutherland from Sunny Travels, and today I'm going to give you a Norwegian Cruise Line update. I'll also be doing my first live stream from the ship, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. I'll tell you all about the check-in, about the procedures, and what the cruise is like on board. In this video, I'm going to tell you all the things they told me because I'm going to be cruising in less than 3 weeks. The muster drill is nothing like I expected. We'll go over what we know, some kind of inferences that I can make by all the communications, and all the pieces of subtle information we can use to read between the lines. I mean reading between what is written and also the different cruise lines. See? I'll tell you when it's believed that all the madness will end. Well, I'll be on the first ship that's sailing this year. I'm also going to be on the first ship that sails when all the madness ends. So I'll tell you about that before I go too. Lastly, for those who know me, I just want to say I booked a cruise that is nothing you'll ever expect. And I'll tell you about that too. And if you're here to hear more about Iceland, that's the next video. I release a new video every week to tell about traveling. Plus, I'm doing some live streams. Please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. Subscribing is just like following on Instagram, but it's YouTube's brand. It's totally free. There's been a lot of drama with the restart of cruising in the United States. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm very anti-drama. I don't like playing politics. And I certainly didn't want to book any more cruises just to have them canceled. Side note, I've had 5 NCL cruises canceled since 2020. So to avoid all the drama and instability of the U.S. cruise market, I booked all my 2020 cruises in Europe. The Norwegian Jade sails from Athens in July of 2021. And I'll be on it. I'm going to Athens a little early, so I'll report on that too. That's why I do more than just cruises. I like traveling on land. Since I'm on the NCL Jade, I see things before other news sources, and I'll let you know what's important. First, let's go over what we know. This is also a reminder for all the cruisers who are joining me in July. The most important thing to say is that vaccinations are mandatory. And that means that a ton of rules are going to be loosened up, as is consistent with CDC guidance, which is the recommendations of the Healthy Sail Panel. Real quick, the Healthy Sail Panel was a joint venture by Norwegian Cruise Line and the Royal Caribbean, and in September of 2020, the joint panel of experts, mostly doctors and PhDs, came out with 74 recommendations for the resumption of cruising. Most of the recommendations allow for changes pursuant to CDC guidance. And the CDC said that if 95% of everyone is vaccinated, things can be fun again. After the mandatory vaccines, NCL says that there will be pre-embarkation testing. NCL will pay for and conduct a quick antigen test at the port. 3. Schedule the embarkation and check-in times. I hope this is better than in the past when 88 came and everyone was just all crammed into a crowded terminal. Other cruise lines seem to have done better, so I'm assuming Norwegian can as well. Well, usually I just go to the port around 1 or 2 p.m., just roll right through and get it right on the ship. I'm going to go as early as I can, which is 10 a.m., a little early, so I can see all the hubbub that might be happening because it's the first cruise ever. 4. Control the guest capacity. Norwegian Cruise Line seems to think that by controlling the number of guests on their cruise, they will fulfill their social distancing requirement magically. But with all these rules, there's one thing very important about the mandatory vaccinations. Everything can be more fun. Here's a list of the benefits per Norwegian. Cruise mask free. Breathe free and witness smiles everywhere you go. No capacity restrictions. Appreciate the full Norwegian experience with everything open. No social distancing. Get up close and personal with confidence. Everyone on board is vaccinated. Personally, I think that means there's going to be dancing. I will definitely let you know. All restaurants and experiences are fully open. Dine into our restaurants max free, including our self-service buffet. Enjoy all entertainment options and, the gym, if that's your thing. My biggest thing is fully open. No restrictions on shore excursions. Feel free to take the shore excursion you've been dreaming of or explore on your own. I'm kind of optimistic, but I think once we get checked in, I think this will be a mostly regular cruise. I'm basing that on what I've seen elsewhere. In Iceland, they have rules. Anyone who worked in an official or leadership capacity followed the rules. This would be border control working in the airport and the hotel desk worker who was checking you in. This would be equivalent to the terminal people helping you check in and the security at check-in. Probably not the cruise staff or cruise director because they're there to entertain you. But once we're in, I'm hoping it'll be like Iceland where everyone's like, whatever, everyone's vaccinated. It's not a big deal. I think it's going to be fun. I have a friend from another cruise who's currently working on the Jade. He basically told me he didn't really know much about the social distancing, but he did say they're preparing a full program of entertainment. And that is what Norwegian Cruise Line is all about. Tons of stuff going on, so you can feel free to do whatever you want, whenever you want. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, the muster drill. You know how everyone else watched their muster drill on their TV in their cabin? Well, mine was part of my check-in process. I watched mine on my couch in Minnesota. Look, I even said that I watched it. And now I know how to put on a life jacket. I'm guessing we're all going to need to check in with someone at our muster station. But that's it. So when will all the rules and all the madness end? If we look at all of their sail safe guidance, it's pretty clear. October 31st, October 31st, October 31st, October 31st. Supposing there's no major medical drama or anything, like new variant, I expect October 31st to be the end of all the stuff for Norwegian. Some guidance says the rules are on embarkations through October 31st. Other ones say embarkations prior to October 31st. So I'm not really sure. That means the NCL Epic cruise on October 31st will either be the last cruise with protocols or the first cruise with no protocols. Either way, it'll be a great cruise. The Norwegian Epic was my first cruise ever. I bought it with a lifetime of credit card points. I'll tell you how awesome the cruise is. The Epic has been dry docked in 2020, so I'll let you know what it's changed. But more importantly, I'll tell you the difference in the cruise experience from 2016, when I was just bumbling around on a cruise ship, to 2021, where I'm an experienced cruiser who actually knows how to cruise. I'll tell you the lessons I've learned and how that really improves and affects my cruise experience. And hopefully your first cruise experience won't be just bumbling around on a ship. Oh, last thing. I just booked a cruise last night. Anyone who knows me will definitely be surprised. It wasn't on Norwegian. I'll tell you about what cruise line it's on, why I chose the ship, why I chose the itinerary, and why I'm glancing away from Norwegian. But that'll be in a future video. Before that video, I think I'll be telling you more about Iceland, more about Greece and my Greek Isle cruise, and I have a few other surprises for you. Until then, I'd like to say thanks for watching. May you always have sunny travels.